What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here, and welcome back to the channel. We're on a secret mission today. We're riding a motorcycle that we've never been on before. In fact, a brand that we've never been on before. Details will follow. Stay tuned. You know, guys, having a YouTube channel, I'll tell you what, it gives me the opportunity to ride a lot of different motorcycles, and what we're riding today is a secret motorcycle. It's a brand that I've never ridden before, and a model that I haven't ridden in an extremely long time. It's I would call it a faux Scrambler, if you will. I know a lot of the other YouTubers that are doing reviews on this motorcycle are calling it a Scrambler. I wouldn't go that far. I would say it's more of a, like, it's got Scrambler style tires on it. In fact, it's got MT60s on it from Pirelli, which is a dual purpose tire, or dual sport tire, pardon me, but I guess that's dual purpose, right? But what I was getting at is a lot of people are calling it that. I would call this more of a standard, but yet a more sporty standard, and its direct competition is for you know, some of the Japanese bikes, because it's got that look to it, and it's a unique style motorcycle for me to ride, and I'm pretty excited about doing this this little introduction with you. It's a nice light feeling bike. It feels light on the top end, which is I'm pretty excited about. The seat is very firm. I'll be up front with you on that. It's very firm seat. I think that the rider stance is pretty good. My knees are comfortable. I'm pretty happy with that. It reminds me a lot of the Interceptor 650, if you ask my honest gut feeling, as far as the rider stance, the handlebar setup, things of that nature. Now, I'm not going to tell you what brand of motorcycle this is yet, but we will talk about that in a little bit. And I mean, it's a great feeling motorcycle. It reminds me a lot of a couple of the old 650 style Yamahas and stuff I used to run, and I think it's a pretty exciting little motorcycle, and I know you guys going to be really shocked when you see what it actually is. But that's the whole idea of this video, is we're without knowing what it is, so you can't judge until after the very end of it, then you'll be able to see exactly what we were talking about. So I guess that's really what we were looking at. Now, this thing does have rider modes. I'll show you up here, because I'm experimenting a little bit. It's got what they call eco, and it's got a sport mode. And let's see, we'll put her in eco right now, and I want you to feel something. I'm going to throttle a little bit here, just a little bit, and I'm going to hit the button sport, and it automatically went faster on the throttle, which is something that I don't know. I guess if you're a brand new rider and you want to have this as a new bike, I think that eco mode might be good for you, because it's very forgiving, as far as what I can tell right away. I'm gonna ride it in sport. Eco is not me. I guess I'm not very eco-friendly, or eco mode friendly. Let's see what the bumps feel like here. Not too bad. This motorcycle has inverted front end, which is a big plus for me for a street bike. I love the inverted front end. It's got decent, let's see, yeah, we're pretty steady. That makes me happy. I like that aspect of it. We're going to get on our on a more of a straightaway tile road here, and we'll see where she does and how she rides. So we'll catch up with you here in a second. It does shit it and get it, guys. There's no doubt about that. This is a 700cc engine, well, 690, I think 693, something like that, and it has a 6-speed transmission, and so she will get up and run. It feels really nice. Running about 4,500 RPM at 66 miles an hour. The power band is very low. It's got a pretty sharp power band, so I mean, it's kind of an exciting motorcycle. It's not a Harley Davidson, and it's not a Royal Enfield. it's water cooled, or I should say liquid cooled, and so it's something that you know, you've heard me talk about a bunch of times about liquid cooled engines, but this is something that I guess is going to be the future for the motorcycle industry. Harley's doing it. I don't know if Royal Enfield will go that route or not, but what I'm getting at is this bike is water cooled or liquid cooled. It has very good acceleration. Like I say, interesting bike. Again, high speed. I'm not getting any front end wobble, which makes me happy. We're going to go up here. You know what? Since it does have a rider mode, we're going to do that same kind of acceleration with the Eco and see what happens. Because, you know, we were up to 80 miles an hour there in a short. But handles nice. Like I said, this bike has pretty much 80-20 tires on it. The MT60s are 80-20. They're more of a dual sport type tire. You can stand up on the bike. It does have it has rubber inserts and grippy grips for the foot pegs, so you can take those rubber inserts out and you've got a toothed foot peg, which is pretty cool. And I'll show you all this stuff when we get back to the house. But it I tell you what, it could be made of overseas they're calling it a Scrambler. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I mentioned it in my other video that it's kind of Scrambler-ish. Is that a word? But what I'm getting at is it really does have the ability to go the route that you want it to do. Maybe just a little bit more clearance on the front fender there. But yeah, it's but I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the MT60s for a dual sport style tire. I love my Shinkos better, though, I have to admit. And the Shinko 705s would be similar to this. I know a lot of guys are putting 705s on the Himalayan, and that's great if you're doing mostly on-road and light gravel. I would probably have to check out the suspension on this. It seems a little stiff for me. I'm getting a lot of rebound. So my initial thoughts would be, again, you can adjust these, so that's what I would probably do. And we're going to slow down here to 45 miles an hour. I do like the aspect of it having the throttle is very responsive. And one thing I do know, this is throttle by wire. It's not, there's no cable. So you're running it based on the throttle position. And so that's a factor that's new in a lot of motorcycles as well too. I know Harley's doing it. Royal Enfield is not. We're still doing cables, which, you know, simplicity is simplicity, guys, and that's something that I've been a fan of most of my entire life. I really like things that are easy and simple. So, and it does have a lot of other features, like, and we're going to go over the entire features down the road, but it does have an adjustable clutch for you guys who have weak hands. Nice. Just kidding. Nope. No, I'm not. But it does have that kind of aspect that you let's try this. We're going to come out of this little speed limit from 45 to 55. We're doing 45. We're going to hit Eco, and I'm going to throttle up in 6th gear. It's throttling up nice and easy. Okay, let's go back down to 45 and do it again. 45-ish. And it is, I'd say, 50% more, nah, maybe not much, maybe 25% more quicker in the sport mode than it is in the Eco mode. And to be honest with you, me being old man Ronin, if I had this bike, it's going to stay in sport mode. That's just me. And it does, you know, you get above that 50 miles an hour, the power band comes back. You get a little bit more torque in there, and I like that aspect as well too. Down below that, not as much torque, but it does have a lot of, I'm telling you, there's so many positives I can think of that you guys are not going to believe what this bike is or who makes this motorcycle, because I'm shocked. And when you finally see the pictures of it here at the end, you're going to say, this is a beautiful bike, except for one thing. And I'll let you know on that down the road here. But as far as the straightaway running, and this bike does have cruise control as well too. Let's try that out. Turn it on. Let's hit set. Yeah, has cruise control. You know, back in the Harley days, we had a little knob down here under the handlebar, and let's knock that off once. Okay, there she did. And just cancel her right out. Hand controls are nice. They remind me a lot of what's on Royal Enfield as far as the switches and things like that. Very simplistic, no frills. It just is what it is. But this bike is beautiful. Wait till you see it.
You teasing me, you naughty naughty.
It's one of the things that when I was offered to ride the entire model line, the first thing I said was, I want to ride this one, because this one to me is the prettiest, and it has the most. Well, it's a lot more different than what you guys have been seeing on the channel as well too. It's. Well, guess what, guys? GoPro time. We had another battery failure. I'll tell you, let's see. And here we go. Let's cancel that out. Here we go. The guy does get up and go, I'll tell you that. Up around 7,000 RPM, she moves pretty good. I'm kind of impressed with this engine. It does do what it says it'll do, which I don't know what it says it'll do, but it does do what it does. Does that make sense? You guys know me, I don't make much sense. But yeah, this my first reaction to this bike, and I guess I really don't want to, yeah, we're going to call it a first reaction too. My first reaction to this bike is the eye appeal is, man, right up there. The riding stance is extremely comfortable. The seat is very firm. So if you guys aren't used to riding Sportsters, which you'll know what I'm talking about when you ride Sportsters, it's very, very firm ride. But the tank is nice and thin back in the back here, so I can grip the tank, and I'm certain that in a really curvy situation, which we're going to be doing down the road here while we have, I said we have this bike a week, and we're going to be riding it pretty much every day, and it won't be, I'm not going to release the videos every time I do one. They'll be intermittent throughout the summer months. We're going to, you know, like I say, you're going to see some here, some there, some here, some there, because, you know, we're not going to neglect our other motorcycle brands as well too. But man, I'll tell you what, the thing does a really good job. It's quick. Is it Ninja quick? Maybe Ninja 650 quick. How does that sound? Yeah, it's got that feel. It does have that feel. Again, if we're talking about bikes that take you back, this takes me back to more of the sport bike era than I had my Suzuki's when I was riding back in the late 70s and early 80s. My GS 1100 ES obviously is a lot faster than this is, but the reality of it is, it's a, I don't want to say a similar profile. It's not really. The GS 1100 ES was one of the first super bikes. This is more of like a naked bike, and a naked sport. I'd call it a naked sport scrambler. We'll just call it the Streak. How's that call? We're going to call it the Streak because you know, it's naked. It doesn't have all the plastic on it, which I'm a really big fan of. No plastic. But I do love the way this thing looks. But you'll see that in the picture ahead. This is a really interesting motorcycle. Let's make sure we got film. Yeah, we're filming, and that's good. And like I said, when you throttle up, the high, when you're down around 4,000 RPM, if you really wanted to jump up the speed, you'd downshift just like any other motorcycle. But when you get up around 6,000 RPM, you crack that throttle, she wants to pull the wheel up. I'm telling you, in 6th gear. That's pretty impressive. That thing does have a lot of power. And I'll in my first impressions video, I'll put all the specs in it. Like I say, this one's going to be the first ride review. Oh man, not going to use the term review. My first ride reaction. That's better. What do you think of that title? I think first ride reaction should be would be the subtitle of this motorcycle. It'll be surprise or WTF or something like that. We haven't really decided what we're going to call this video, but this thing's a lot of fun. Well guys, we're going to switch over to the pictures and show you what it looks like. Guys, it's a CLX by cfmoto. This is a Chinese motorcycle, and I'll tell you what, I'm amazed as far as my first ride reaction of how well this thing looks. It is beautiful. I actually think this is one of the prettiest motorcycles in this kind of realm that I've actually seen ever. I love the graphics. I love how it looks. I love how it rides. Like I say, the only negative, I'll tell you, there's two negatives I can see with it, and they're really minor. Number one is going to be the fact that it does have a little bit of stiff ride, and I think I can fix that by setting up the suspension for me personally, because it does have both forward. You can actually set the forward suspension. It's adjustable up here and in the back as well too, so it's fully adjustable suspension that needs to be adjusted for the particular rider weight that you're and the conditions that you're riding in. The second thing is, and I'm telling you, it's not a big deal, but it's just funny to me, this guy right here. Now, to me, it looks like you're giving a urine sample. No! I know, right? But that's what it looks like. It's like, oh man, well, at least I'm going to pass my drug test. But that's really it as far as my first ride reaction. As far as handling, I mean, again, we're not doing any corners yet or any twisties other than we got right here on the road, right in front of us. But as far as what it does right away, man, it's nothing to it, Sonny Pruitt. It handles really, really well. I'm really, really impressed with my first ride reaction. Yeah, what can I say? I just love motorcycles. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. Oh, but before we go, we've got to clear up some business, and that business is this. Guys, last week's winner of the Maxx Eyewear springtime sunglass giveaway was we want to make sure that we give special thanks out to them, and also Maxx Eyewear to be one of our key flagship sponsors of the channel. Now, they don't really pay me any money. Hopefully that'll change. But they don't really pay me any money, but what they do is they offer my subscribers some free sunglasses at least a couple times a year. And our next Maxx giveaway is going to be in the month of July. But next month, starting in June, we're going to be doing some Duracoating giveaways. All those fantastic waxes and polishes that you guys see me use, not only on the Harley Davidsons to restore them. I mean, that's been one of my biggest things to restore Harley Davidsons, to get the paint to shine, to get the chrome to shine, to take the rust off. We're going to be giving away some Duracoating products as well too, and that'll start on Wednesday for Wednesday's video. So you're gonna get a kick out of seeing those, I think. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share and comment. You know I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. Until next time guys, ride safe and keep her on two wheels, baby.